Okay, so let's be real. Most of us think that getting rich in the stock market means you've got to be some kind of genius, right? Like you're glued to charts all day or you've got this sixth sense for finding the next apple. But what if I told you the best way to build massive wealth is, well, to be kind of lazy about it? A strategy that takes almost zero effort.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote comes straight from the man himself, Warren Buffett. Just arguably the most successful investor in history. When a guy like that boils it all down to something this simple, you gotta listen up. It's a pretty huge deal. All right, so let's just rip the Band-Aid off and talk about this myth head on. You know the one that investing is this super complicated, high-stakes game that's only for the experts on Wall Street. And that idea, it's exactly what keeps so many of us frozen on the sidelines, just too scared to even get started. But what if that whole idea is just wrong? Seriously, what if the most powerful strategy isn't about being frantic or having some secret knowledge? What if it's actually about embracing a little bit of, laziness? This is the key right here. It unlocks a completely different way of thinking about building wealth. So how does this whole lazy thing actually work? Well, it all boils down to one simple concept, the index fund. And I know, it might sound a little technical, but trust me, it's way simpler than you think. The easiest way to picture it, just think of it as owning a basket of stocks. Okay, so here's the official idea. Instead of spending all your time and energy trying to find that one perfect egg, that one winning stock that's going to make you rich, an index fund just lets you buy the whole basket, all of them. See, you're not betting on just one company to succeed. You're betting on the entire market to grow over time. That diversification is just built right in. Let me give you a perfect example. One of the most popular ones out there is the S&P 500 Index Fund. When you buy into one of these, you instantly, and I mean instantly, own a tiny piece of the 500 biggest, most successful companies in the US. Think about it. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. You get a piece of them all. Your success is literally tied to the growth of the whole US economy. It really is that simple. Okay, and this is where the story gets really interesting. It's kind of the most surprising part. How is it possible that this passive do-nothing approach doesn't just work, but it actually beats the people who are paid millions of dollars to do this stuff for a living? How does that happen? So why is just holding the basket a better move than hiring some high-powered expert to pick out the individual eggs for you? The answer? Well, it's both super simple and kind of shocking. It's because even the pros, the experts with all the fancy degrees and all the resources in the world, they consistently fail. Get ready for this number, 90%. Seriously, just let that sink in for a second. 90%.